as you go down to the mat, I want you to make sure you're protecting your back. So to do that, bend both knees, then roll to your side on your shoulder, and then around to your back. So this ab workout could be great to do on days when you just don't have a ton of time to exercise, you need to do something quick. It can also be great to do, if you're at the gym and you want a little strength work along with your cardio. So you can either sprinkle it in on busy days or on days when you're doing cardio. So with that said, we're in this position where our knees are bent, feet are planted. Bring your hands by your side, and then we're going to do what we did yesterday, which is visualize a bowl of water resting right here on our pelvis. And I want you to think of that bowl spilling towards your chest, then out the other way, towards your chest, out the other way. The next time it's spilling towards your chest, stay there. Your lower back should be grounded, meaning there's no space between your lower back and the floor. This is called imprinted pelvis. And your number one goal throughout this entire 10-minute ab workout is to see if you can maintain this position. So in other words, if you find your belly button popping up or your lower back popping up at any point, you want to take note of that and either make your movement smaller or slower or change the angle of your legs. And we'll talk about that as we go along. So you're in imprinted pelvis. Pretend like you're zipping up a tight pair of jeans so your belly button pulls down and then kind of up under your ribs. Keeping this position, pull your knees into your chest. Hands are by your side. Pull your shoulders down towards your hips. The more your shoulders creep up to your ears, the harder it is to engage your abs. The more space between your shoulders and your ears, the easier it is for you to engage your abs. Then gently flex your toes. We're going to move into a holding pose called tabletop. So actually I'm going to have you squeeze your knees together gently. That's going to engage your inner thighs. Then from this position, slowly push your feet out. If you feel your lower back or your belly button popping up, then come back a little bit. That's what I was intending to mean when I said change the angle of your legs. But if possible, you're going to push your feet and your knees all the way out, but out until your knees are over your hips and your shins are parallel to the ground. So that could be a one-day, someday goal. Maybe that's something you can achieve today. When you need to take a break, though, at any point, all you have to do is just pull your knees into your chest, wiggle your toes. When you're ready to rejoin, you push your feet out, again stopping before your lower back and your belly button pop up, or if possible, going all the way out to full tabletop where your knees are over your hips, shins are parallel with the floor. Now, once again, pretend like you're tightening, or I should say zipping up a tight pair of jeans, so you're constantly pulling your belly button up and in. Now, if you feel some gentle shaking or intense shaking, that's okay, that's good, that's part of the process. Your body's trying to figure this position out, and as it does, your muscles are getting stronger. Hold here for one more deep breath, and inhale through your nose, and exhale through your mouth. Nice, and then pull your knees into your chest, wiggle your toes. We're going to come back to that position and potentially add to it throughout this routine. But to kind of add a little variety here, we're going to do the exercise we did yesterday, which is called the single straight leg stretch. So from this position, extend your left leg up, hold behind your thigh or your calf. Right leg extends out. Any bend here is just fine. So if you need that, feel free. You're lengthening your legs as much as possible, and then pulse twice and switch. Inhale, inhale, exhale, switch. So your legs are moving like scissors in the air. However, if they aren't straight scissors today, if you have some tightness in your calves and your hamstrings, like I used to when I first started, that's just fine. Now keep in mind here, the bigger and the faster your movement, the more challenging this one becomes. So maybe you start off slow with baby movements like this, knees are bent. One day, someday, maybe your movements are really big and quite quick. So you decide what you need today. Number one goal is maintaining imprinted pelvis. So is your lower back grounded and is your belly button pulling towards your spine? That's what you want to keep asking yourself here with each of these exercises. Take a break when you need it. If possible, we're going to do a few more sets. Inhale, inhale, exhale, switch. Last one, do what you can. Lovely. Take a breather. You can pull your knees into your chest and wiggle your toes. Check in with your shoulders. Make sure they're not tensing up, so if you need to move them around a little bit, feel free. And from here, we're going to go back to tabletop, and I'm going to show you something you can add to it if you want a little variety and a little extra challenge. So gently squeeze your knees together, flex your toes, belly button to your spine, hands by your hips. Do as we did before and start to push your feet and your knees out. You decide at what angle you need to stop. If you get to a point where you're at a 90-degree angle, then stop there. Remember with this one, you can take a break at any point by pulling your knees back into your chest. If you would like to add a little movement and a little bigger challenge, we're going to do some heel taps. So with these, you're going to inhale to drop one heel down, exhale up. Inhale, other heel, exhale up. Now the further you drop, the more intense this becomes, so maybe just go halfway and up. That's totally fine. Number one thing to keep in mind, remember, is can you stabilize an imprinted pelvis? So as your heel goes down, belly button's pulling closer to your spine, not popping up. That's our number one goal. Now, as I said before, rule of thumb is often the bigger your movement and the faster your movement, the more intense this becomes. So see how one day, someday, you can make this into almost like one continuous movement, stabilizing your upper body. And not only is it a core workout, but it almost becomes a bit cardio as well. Do what you can for one more breath. And rest. Good job, wiggle your toes. Stack your hands, bring them behind your head. Extend your legs straight up. Remember, you can have a little knee bend here if you have some tight hamstrings or calves, no worries. Next one we're going to do is a single leg stretch with a leg drop. So with this one, pull your left knee into your chest and drop your right leg straight. Inhale up, right knee into your chest, left leg drops. Exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. So the further you drop your extended leg, so the closer that leg gets to the ground, the more challenging this one becomes. So maybe you stop here. One day, someday, maybe you drop that leg so it's just hovering. You decide what you need. Remember, lower back grounded, belly button to your spine. Really nice job. Inhale up, exhale, drop. Inhale, exhale, take a break if you need it. Otherwise, we're going to try a few more sets. If you've got the move down and you want to pick up the pace, feel free. Just an option though. And once you even your sides out, pull your knees into your chest, wiggle your toes. Really nice job. All right, we're going to finish this little ab series up with one final set of tabletop. I'm going to show you one final other variation if you're interested. So make sure your belly button is zipping. Gently squeeze your knees, flex your toes. Once again, push your knees and your feet out. You decide where to stop. Now you might choose to simply hold, and by simply I don't mean easily. This position is a difficult position to hold in. So you might choose to hold. You might choose to do heel taps like we did before. The final option here is to do double heel taps, and that's just like it sounds. Instead of one leg going down at a time, you're going to bring both heels down and up. You'll feel that this is really quite the challenge. So you decide what you need today. If this is too challenging, meaning your belly button pops up and your lower back pops up as you go down, then try a different variation. Try the single leg ones. Try holding. Remember, whenever you need a break with this one, it's really easy. You just pull your knees in, wiggle your toes, rejoin when you're ready. Hang on here. Whatever you're doing, let's do it for 3 more breaths together. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. Long, slow inhale. Long, slow exhale. Final one. Lovely. Once again, knees in, wiggle your toes. Shoulders away from your ears so they're sliding down your back towards your hips. Look both ways with your head just to loosen up your neck a little bit. Stick your tongue out. No, I'm just kidding. You don't have to do that. One final breath in this position, letting your lower back release. Awesome. Then from here, roll to your side. Both knees are bent. Remember, we want to protect our lower back in the transitions. Belly button pulling in. Gently push yourself up. And that's that. Awesome job.
Thanks so much for tuning in. If you found this content helpful, please consider liking this video and subscribing to my channel. Also, if you're wondering how to become healthier, I've created a free masterclass for you that is truly your ultimate wellness guide. It's called Fit and Fabulous for Life, 7 secrets that'll help you find your healthy living sweet spot. If you're intrigued, you should see a link to it on your screen now. You'll also find a link to it in the description box of this video. Thanks again for tuning into this video, and I hope you'll consider checking out my free Fit and Fab Masterclass.